Today, I am going to walk you through how to use JSON prompting, specifically with VAO3, to create $100,000 videos that would have previously taken a whole crew and team to generate. You're going to be able to do it only in 3 steps. I'm going to walk you through with exact steps in terms of curation all the way to execution with this. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Staley. I've helped thousands of executives transform their work, what's possible, and who they are with AI. And I'm going to show you a glimpse of kind of how I help people. What I'm going to do is start sharing my screen, and we're going to rip right into this. And reason being is I was originally going to do a GPT-5 video today, but for some reason, OpenAI decided, hey, we're going to kind of pretend like we're going to release it in the end of July, and then we're going to change our mind, right? Maybe they did. Maybe that was just the hype machine getting after it. So let me share my screen. And what you're going to see on this is it's pretty eye-opening, okay? So step number 1, I went over to Grok 4. And the reason why I went to Grok 4 is because it's really good at curation of social scraping, okay? So I said, identify the top 20 most visually stimulating, useful JSON video VAO3 prompts for Google Gemini. Please include a link to the visuals, the entire prompt, author, engagement of wherever it is located, and why it made your top 20 list. Okay, so some critical things within that prompt is I asked for the visual, I asked for the entire prompt, the author, and the engagement, and then why. Okay, so what you're gonna see here is like, I was blown away with like how good Grok spit this out, right? And so what you're gonna see here is that it went through, it's got a link to the visual, it's got basically a prompt with a character named Torvind, but as you can see at the end of it, it's got how much engagement, the author, and actually the link. This had close to 200,000 views. And it went through, and this was what was amazing about it. It did this, look at this. It did another one. This one's a little bit different. I'm going to show you examples what some of these look like. But by the way, it goes all the way down, and it did all 20 of them. I didn't have to keep asking for it. Okay. What you're seeing here with these little curly brackets and these specifics, this is what JSON prompting is. So it's almost like a computer language that is often, it's JavaScript in nature. But the reason why it's good at prompting, because it's really good for specifics and articulating exactly what you want. Okay, so once I started seeing a consistent pattern of these really good videos and slight references to JSON prompting, I dug deeper, and that's how I got into this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some outputs on what this looks like. But as you can see, if we go all the way to the bottom, I mean, it included everything from like basically, you know, Indian areas where there was like basically different parts of nature in India. This one was more stained glass, right? And so there's a lot of different areas where we went into it. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. All right, step number 2. So we're going to go to this. How do you customize the top prompts in JSON for exactly what you need? And you don't even need to be a prompt engineer. This is so simple. So there was one with an unboxing video where basically New York City came out of it. I'm like, hey, I live in Chicago. I want to create one for Chicago. The only thing I did is I hopped over to Gemini 2.5 Pro and I said, can you just update this prompt to be for Chicago? So all I did, and then I copied and pasted the entire JSON prompt, all right? Because this has, I mean, specifics with the timeline, sequences, all these different areas, right? So watch this. This is what's wild, okay? So once I did that, this is what it created. I just pasted the prompt in. I started a new chat. And this was the prompt, right? So it customized everything to Chicago City and with the whole assembly. And this is what the output looked like, right? Without any editing first. How wild is that? I basically created or transformed what was a top 1% prompt in JSON with VAO3 in seconds with that. Now, there's other areas that it created as well. And I want to show you some different examples. This one was really popular as well. This was basically a stormtrooper creating a selfie video on the outpost. I'm going to play this for you. Look at that. A selfie on the moon on top of it too. Another one, this was a $100,000 ad that would have been created for a suitcase, as you can see, spinning around, transform, freaking amazing. And I'm going to show you one last one that I thought was pretty cool. And this was with Bigfoot, right? So as you can see, this is Bigfoot. Okay. How amazing was that? So what you can see is like, literally this is 5 minutes, I think the video we're at so far. So I'm going to wrap this up and just kind of recap this. And if you want, I can include those 20 prompts basically at the end. Drop some love in the comment section, right? And spread this and share this. And if we get some traction, I'll put it together. I'll put it in sweet format, and I'll give you those 20 prompts of the top performing videos on the internet right now with VAO3, so you can replicate that JSON prompting. So once again, to recap it, use Grok 4 basically to scrape social and identify what are the top trending videos. that'll give you insights. And the other thing that I didn't hit is the architecture of those JSON prompts is why they're so good. So what that'll do is you could basically use those as different prompt templates and use it for anything that you want. It doesn't need to be for just a viral video. It could be for ads, product demos. It could be for a lot of different areas, right? So that's step one. Step two, then you customize your prompt, okay? So you take the prompt template, you say, okay, use this style and structure, but make it about this instead. So like, for example, instead of Bigfoot, I don't know, maybe we do something with like a Yeti instead, which I kind of want to do that now. I'm like going to test it out, right? So you could change it up and say, okay, use this prompt, but make it about a Yeti, make it about a different area. That's step two. And then step three is just pop it in a Veo 3. Now, the only limitation with this that I will give you or tell you about is effectively with Veo 3. If you put this in there, once you start creating videos, it has a lid in terms of, or I should say, a ceiling in terms of how many videos you can create in a day. So I think I was running into issues for a paid $20 a month account when I created like 5 videos, maybe 6 videos. So just food for thought. That's something that you got to take care of. I have multiple accounts. So I was able to go back and forth, but it's amazing to use. And one of the things I had to share with you because the outputs were so simple and we're doing all this in less than 7 minutes. Okay. So if you want to hear more things like this, feel free to click on the link and actually join my newsletter. I go through different walkthroughs like this on YouTube. I have tons of content I create on LinkedIn every single day. And I do this for you because I work with teams and companies. And the amazing thing about it is I see so many different use cases, on average 50. But what I'm seeing is companies are multiplying their capacity by 20, 30, 40% in months. Okay. Sometimes even weeks. And so I'm going to start sharing this with you more and more. This is off the cuff. I wanted to do it. And hopefully we'll be back and we'll show some stuff with GPT-5 or something else cutting edge. But thanks for joining me and we will see you all on the next video.